Hi, and welcome back to Som Chef. Today we'll be making the Flourless Chocolate Mousse Cake from Petrarca restaurant. Whether you're gluten-free or not, as a chocolate lover myself, it's one of my favorite cakes. So please subscribe, like, comment down below what you'd like to see next, and let's get to it.
Hi, good morning. This is Leo, Petrarca, and today we're gonna make a flourless coffee and chocolate cake. This is a big bar of chocolate. I don't know if you can buy one or leave at home, but you know, it's about 10 pounds. It's a bittersweet chocolate, 60-40 is what I like to use for baking. And I'm gonna open it up. We need 2 pounds of chocolate chopped up to make 2 cakes. To make 1 cake, you only need 1 pound. So I use a big knife to crack it up. In a pan, we get 1 pound of butter for 2 cakes. If you make only 1 cake, you only need half a pound of butter. It's a sweet butter, not salted, okay? Don't use salt butter. Okay, in here for 2 cakes, I use half a cup of sugar. If you only make 1 cake, you need a quarter of a cup.
Sugar, not salt, right? Remember that time you made it with salt?
It happens, but you know, you can put it in your tongue and figure it out before you put it into the. This is espresso coffee. This is 3 double espresso in 1 big cup for 2 cakes. It goes in here, and we melt this down over. You know, go to the fire and melt it down before we put the chocolate inside. Okay, I'm going to show you how to line up a spring form for wet baking, like the one that I did with you. I had to put the water in it. Get a piece of aluminum foil. There's 2 sides. The shiny part goes in the bottom, and the not shiny part stays at the top. You gotta be careful when you do it, then you can cook any holes. Otherwise, the water will go in when you bake. So it'll be patience and do it slowly, a little bit at a time. You go in with your hands. There you go. No holes, and it's all tight against the edges, and then you can use it. 8-inch spring form. I line up with aluminum foil and I butter them up.
And how you're gonna put water in the bottom, right? What do you call that?
Yeah, bain marie.
Bain marie?
For 2 cakes, 16 eggs cracked. And, you know, it's 8 eggs for each cake. And the butter here, make sure that it doesn't burn. So we shut the oven, the stove off, and let the butter melt. So before you put the chocolate, make sure that the butter is totally melt. Okay, the butter is melted down, all done. Okay. Chocolate, and we put them in there. Melt it down. You have to mix it well until it becomes very silky and there's no lumps left before you add the eggs.
You do this off the flame. Just making sure they know that you do it off the flame. You don't
No heat.
shut the flame off.
I already shut the fire off before. Make sure you don't put the heat on. You don't want the chocolate to burn. It has to be melting very slow.
So do you put raspberry in this? I thought this was a raspberry cake.
Raspberry.
You use just the sauce on that end.
Yeah, I serve this with a raspberry coulis and whipped cream. Yeah, the way I like it, but you can do anything you want with it. Just whipped cream is fine. You can use strawberry instead of raspberry if you like strawberries.
And if you want to see how to make the whipped cream, you can watch the tiramisu video. We make whipped cream on that one.
If you don't like coffee, you can flavor it with different liqueurs. If you want to make a different chocolate mousse cake, which basically this one is, you can use raspberry liqueur instead of the coffee. You can use Cointreau or orange liqueur.
Kahlua maybe.
You can use Kahlua if you want to make it. If you want to give.
If you don't have an espresso machine, you can use Kahlua maybe.
Yeah, you can use Kahlua, but don't put too much of it because it will be too strong.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more concentrate than the coffee. So you see then the chocolate is melting and it's becoming shiny and smooth. So in the meantime I have the oven preset at 375. I can remove it from here and go back to our working table. Okay. Now we put the eggs in all at once. The chocolate, and then we beat it very quickly with the whip. We'll break up the eggs and get them so you don't have all eggs. Don't overmix this. You don't need to overmix this, but enough so you don't see any more yellow or white floating around into the chocolate. To mix the chocolate evenly, I use a spatula and more the whip. I go from the bottom of the pot and turn it around to fold it in to incorporate some air inside the cake. Okay, this is enough. I will split them up into equal parts. Okay, and I use the tip of the spatula to make it even, spread it all evenly. So it will cook all the same. Okay, now we put water in here, halfway to the pan. There we are. We'll put it in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes. It should be ready. The chocolate when it bakes is supposed to be still wobbly because when you cool it off it will get hot again. You don't want to over bake it. The oven is already hot. Put it in the middle rack, push it back in, and you close the door. Good night.
Okay, you all finished?
Aspetta, prego. Guardate che era la tua buona?
Okay, the chocolate cake, 30 minutes passed, we took it out. It's still a little wobbling. It will solidify, it will get harder when it cools off. And you let it cool off outside the refrigerator totally completely, and it's totally cold. Then you can cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, and take it out when you need it. I usually will suggest you to cool in the refrigerator for maybe an hour before you eat it, or you can keep it there, and when you want to take it out before you serve it, leave it out for an hour or two out of the refrigerator before you serve it. This cake can last for like 5 or 6 days. If you keep it in the refrigerator, you'll be fine.